Okay, this is my leadership training module. The first question was, what kind of employment level calls for this leadership style? Our group chose, from the graph, low commitment. I thought it was very interesting to learn about this. But number two, I'll know this is the employee's commitment level when I see. And then we were to describe at least 3 specific employee behaviors that would indicate to you his or her commitment level. We thought of, so pretty much I meant to say this in the beginning, our scenario is we're leading a local music team. So this employment level is like, we had coaching style, and pretty much like what it would be like with this leadership style leading a music team at a local church. So we putting in extra practice time, paying attention, being actively involved, being present even when not expected, being proactive, receptive of team's input, and aware and attentive to every little aspect of the team. I feel like as the follower, you would be the one expected to putting in extra practice time, paying very close attention, being just very involved. But as the leader, I feel like the coaching style is just like, I've already did it. Now it's your turn, pretty much, because that's kind of what coaching is. You're handing the baton over to the players, pretty much. But music teams, that is a very broad thing because everyone's involved in a music team. Number 3, what employee competence level calls for this leadership style? Ours was low to some competence. It's very interesting. Within this scenario of leading a local praise team, they are only required to be able to encourage, support, and keep things rolling for the team. Just good old coach, cheerleader, whatever you want to call it. Number 4, I'll know this is the employee's competence level when I see, and then we were to describe at least 3 specific employee behaviors that would indicate to you his or her competence level. We chose encouraging personal practice time. So we encourage the personal practice time because when we get to practice, it's not a practice time. It's a rehearsal. So we're going over what we have learned in our personal practice time. I feel like that's a really good indicator of a coaching style. Number 5, why is the coaching style the most effective for this type of employee? We said the work is not too mentally challenging that the team cannot work on their own. Number 6, why is the coaching style not the best for all developmental levels of employees? We said sub-team environments require more attention than coaching style gives. Number 7, I'm going to move on. What skills will you need to use this leadership style in? Example, how to offer constructive criticism. Okay, so we said that you need to be a team player. Obviously, it's a coaching style. You need to be able to encourage and offer affirmation. I guess don't confront things publicly, but rather address them in private and with discretion. Admit when you're wrong. But I'm going to go back to don't confront things publicly, but rather them in private. I would much rather you tear me down by myself. Because if you do it in front of people, I'm like on defense. Walls are coming up. I am like, it's just not good, and no one should be treated that way. I don't care what style of leadership you claim to have. If that is your type of leadership, that's just not good leadership, period. So I feel like you have to have that type of leadership in, especially coaching style. because no one's going to respect that. And that goes back to being a team player. You wouldn't want it done to you, so don't do it to anyone else. So anyways, moving on. Number 8, I will know it is time to use directive style when. In parentheses, what specific changes will you have seen in the employee? We chose when conflict arises and people can't agree. Then there has to be a clear leader who takes charge and is decisive. Just straight to the point. This is kind of what I feel like is the best option. I mean, take it or leave it. And usually, a coach is usually like, just direct to the point. Let's get it done. Number 9, I will know it is time to use the supporting style when. What specific changes will you have seen in the employee? We chose when encouraging someone to step out of their comfort zone in order to grow and support the group. I think that's a really good answer. So last one, I will know it is time to use the delegating style when, and we chose this should be used within all leadership styles in some capacity. But when the group needs to prepare for something on short notice, the delegation can allow for less pressure and a more effective team, because one person cannot do it all. I mean, there are some that think they can, but truly deep down, you need to have a system. You need to have a team. A team works better every time, rather than solo, because instead of you trying to do 5 things, 5 people can do one thing really great. And so I feel like it overall makes for a better team.